Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another week of DTR. My name's Albert Connor, and I'll be taking you through this week's race around Kyoto to kick things off. So I've got a few cars, well, the majority of the cars, currently on an outlap, just doing around Benny Bono currently sat around. As TGL Stewart is the first to start his lap. So we'll ride on board with him for a while. This is just going to do the S section. Boss Knott's retiring, as I believe he self-imposed a qualifying ban on himself. For retiring in the pits last week at Qatar. Down the really long DRS straight then, as he comes to the end of Sector 2, and it's a 102.950 at the end of Sector 2. Just his final sector to negotiate then. Very long and windy. With the infamous triple right-hander followed into a sweeping left, keeps it within the lines. Around the final corner then, and the time to beat is going to be a 33.5. Now, I have every faith that Stewart can go quicker than that. But we shall see what people are doing. As next across the line is Mikey. What can he do? It's 34.2. I believe that's Ferrari in the pits. So next up is the other Alpine Paradako, and goes within a tenth. But Gasell quickly beats the two of them and puts it on provisional pole with a 33.0. That's Afanasiu into second then. Really splitting the two Alpines. Stuart Foxy not currently here tonight, and Billy's retired. Just out of the first corner. There's a couple of yellows around and about, but we've had a few more times. Nicky Lauda came in earlier. Was initially just behind the Alpines. We've had Bogarowski from Division 3. Currently sat in 7th with a 134.1. Yeah, that's Maradona into the pits then, following his lap. Stewart gone again? I think he might have done. Yep, he's gone again on the same set to field up for enough laps. His luck's just coming down the long DRS straight. Xavi just coming out of the pits. Benny Bunner has invalidated. And majority are in the pits then. Slight improvement then for Stewart as he comes through. As looks, he's into the 32s then with a 32.5. I did have a quick look at time trial before we kicked things off, and he is very quick very quick around this circuit. I believe he's only 5/10 off his 5/10 off his best in time trial, as Stewart goes third with the 33.2. Is that Felix just starting his lap? I believe it might be. Yep, just starting his lap. Then we've got Duna coming down this back straight here. We'll stick on board with him a little bit. He moves to the left for the track and then back into the racing line. We'll be turning there as we've had a yellow that's quickly been cleared. Into the triple right hander, and let's see how he takes it. Close to the majority of the way, and then opens the corner up a little bit, and into 8th with a 33.899. Benny Burrow currently 4/10 down as in sector 1 as he just about hits the DRS. And is that purple sector 2 from Xavi? It flashed purple for a second. I'm not entirely sure if that was actually a purple sector 2 or not, but he has been looking strong in recent weeks, so I wouldn't be surprised if he did, if he was up there. Oh, almost cutting it very fine there. And it's up to the line, and it's a 33.863. Slots in 9th, just in front of Guna, but also incredibly close behind Felix there with just 1,000th in it. Relly has, I believe, moved up into 5th. Did initially split the Alpines, but I'm not sure if he's improved. Top 3 currently in the pits. Athanasio on an outlet. Just coming out of sector 1. Huss just starting his lap. Felix is invalidated. Got Nicky Lauda just at the end of sector 2. That could be potentially a purple sector 2. Round the triple right hander. And it's looking like it could be a very competitive time for Nicky. Oh, just a bit squirrely on the exit, and it's a 33.5. It's 6/10 improvement, but that little bit of a wobble right at the end could have cost him time. Hammers, I believe, has improved to a 34.7, but it's still not much of a improvement in terms of positioning, as Nexton and Reliant have both made their way onto the second row with improvements. Nexton setting his first lap of a 33.060, half a second off our current provisional pole looks, and Reliant slotted in almost 2 tenths behind him with a 33.243. So about 5.5 minutes left in the session. Still plenty of time for improvement. One man looking to improve will definitely be Bogorowski here, as I believe that might be, Hammers has lost it. Setup maybe potentially not working for him. And Bogorowski has improved to a 33.913. Nathaniel Perrin has made it, so we do indeed have a full grid for tonight's race, now that Nathaniel's made it into the lobby. And Hammers has got not entirely sure what happened there, but Hammers has got a 5-place grid penalty for a collision even though he's in the pits. Oh, he's just entered the pits, that's why. I'm assuming that's Reliant also pulling in. Probably just got a bit too close to each other on pit entry there, and it looks like it's cost him. So we've currently got Lux Cassell, Athanasiou, who are currently riding on board with Bogorowski and Benny Bunner all on laps. Cassell's just finished his lap, he's improved to a 32.8. And Lux is going to be next across the line. He's currently a 10th up. Has he managed to keep it through this final sector, or is he going to... Nope, he's improved slightly again in sector 3, and it is a 32.409 is the time to beat. Currently a 4/10 gap between him and Cassell. Benny Brunner's invalidated again. Bogorowski just behind him, he's on a slow lap. I'm wondering if he's... and yeah, he's sending it into the pits just before the final runs of the session. So just over 3 minutes left. Oh, Nathaniel retired and then left the session. But yeah, that'll be Lux and Cassell in shortly. Majority of drivers have come out for their out lap. Looks like Nathaniel Perrin has got back in, but unfortunately is going to end up being a last to first, as it just automatically retired him when he left. Or he might have retired it because he couldn't take control. Not entirely sure what's gone off there, but we've got a couple of people on laps currently. Oh, and Athanasiou's out. What's happened there then? He's retired. Oh no, that's Huss. Where did he retire? Might have been in the pits actually. But that is McLaren about to start their lap. So just a 10th improvement for Elliott will take him above Athanasiou. And that's next, and another one in the hunt for pole. Another one in the hunt for pole position is on his way out. On his way around, should I say. Then Alpha, that's the AlphaTauri Betty Butter just starting his lap. Just under 30 seconds left to go then, so this will be it. It's a minor improvement in Sector 1 for Nexton. Lux thinks he's done enough, so he's not going out again. That remains to be seen. Nexton's currently a 10th up, that would take him into the 32s currently. Alpine Maradaka goes in. Really about to round the final corner. And that's not an improvement. Next across the line then. Very wide out of the final corner. It's a 33. It's not an improvement again. Got Huss next. That is an improvement. It's a 33.243. It's the exact same time as Elliott, but of course, because he set it second, it does indeed put him behind. Well, one time saying a 33.244, one saying a 33.243. So that remains to be seen. Stewart's validated. Nicky Lauda's in the pits. Felix isn't improving. Singles in. Hammers is in. So that is it for qualifying. Lux is indeed on pole and was justified in not going out for a final run in the end. So yeah, while we wait for the final couple of drivers to pit, we've got Lux on pole with a 32.409. Cassell joining him on the front row then with a 32.840, and Nexton in third with a 33.060. So looks comfortable in the end. With his pole position. So yeah, looks Cassell next in your top three in qualifying, and then rest of the grid we've got Athanasiou in fourth with 33.109, Xavi with a 33.240. Elliott and Huss doing the same time, 33.243, but Elliott does have a 5-second penalty. Stewart in the Alpine. Maradaka is current teammate in 9th, rounding out the top 10. Benny Bunham in 11th, all within a second of Lux. Then we've got Nicky Lauda 12th, Felix 13th, Bogorowski 14th, Mikey 15th, Kazingle 16th, and a few others, all behind them. Nathaniel in 20th, having not set a time, or should I say not being able to set a time. So we're just waiting on. We're just waiting on whether Nathaniel can put his setup on, I believe. Oh no, we're going. So Nathaniel definitely not having a good time. But Bossmots and Billy were the two drivers who were missing in that qualifying roundup. So let's see what tyres we've got then. So we've got majority. Is that majority of the grid? We've got top 6. Yeah, it's majority of the grid just on hard tyres. Stewart in 7th, deciding to go for the softs then, along with Billy in 17th. And then a few medium runners in Maradacco, Elliott, Nicky Lauda, Felix, Kazingo, Bossmots and Nathaniel. So it'd be interesting to see how this goes in terms of whether the soft runners are going to benefit from, I don't know, maybe an early safety car, or whether we're just going to have a clean race with no incidents. Also potentially possible. Seem to be waiting a long time here for the lights to go out. I believe it's someone holding the grid up. believe there's potential for a restart here because we're starting to have people leave and it's still stuck. We do indeed, Betty. We do indeed. Oh dear. Yep, it looks like we're getting a grid restart. As people are starting to leave. So we're just currently waiting on another invite. So we can bring the race to you as well. Alright, looks sunny in it. Oh, this game, man. It's just a meme at this point. Are we going to get this invite anytime soon, I wonder? There we go. We're back on. looks like we're almost ready to go again. So we're just waiting for the grid to be set, and then we're all good to go again. And finally, after this delay, we are ready to go again. Lovely stuff. To anyone watching that's currently racing, don't forget your setups, because you will have to set them again. So obviously, because we've already done qualifying, it will just be the race this time around. Hopefully second time's a charm this time around. Didn't really notice, but Alfa Romeos are having a good night so far in 5th and 6th. Obviously, I read them out earlier, but I suppose I wasn't really paying attention to those particular two, and I apologise for that. So then, have we had any changes in terms of strategy? Or is it just as you were? Oh, Huss has switched to the mediums. We've also got the hammers on softs. I think the hard is still the dominant tyre, though. I would think 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, medium is now the more dominant choice of the grid. Stuart and Billy sticking to their guns, as is the top 5 in terms of what tyre they're starting on. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out here. As everyone is starting to form up again on the grid. Here we go then. 5 lights are on. They're out and away we go. Lux gets a really good start here. And Huss has already made a couple of places, and we're into turn 1. Bit of contact, but it seems everyone has got through. Or maybe not everyone, as Xavi's losing places hand over fist, as has Bogorowski right at the back. We've got end plates flying everywhere, and it looks like we've had some significant damage to a few cars as Lux is beginning to pull away already. It's got a 1.8, had a 1.8 gap roughly to the next car, and we've got a caution. Cassell's already got a 3 seconds corner cut in, and he's dropping to the back like a stone. Dropped 16 positions from 2nd to 18th. It's really not been a good first lap. Neither has it for Athanasiou, who's also dropping like a stone. Meanwhile, Lux is just carefree here. Has a 2 second gap to Huss, who's made up 4 positions. Billy, the big gainer out of all this, made 10 positions on lap 1. And that's a DNF already, and it's next to in the wall. I'm wondering if he's made contact with anyone. But the safety car is indeed out on lap 1. So it's essentially a free pit stop for everyone that currently has damage, which I would imagine is a few people. Interesting that Stuart's staying out on his softs, as is Hammers and Billy as well. 3 soft runners all staying out, which honestly I thought might have been might have been an ideal time to get rid of them and opt for a different tyre. But perhaps thinking of going along is we've currently got currently had Benny, Xavi, Zingle and Athanasi all in pits. So how many people have we had stop total then? Just the back 5, as Huss has stopped already. I didn't think Huss had gotten into any trouble there, so maybe he's just pitted to get rid of his. Wait, he was on mediums. So the question is, what has he gone on to? He's gone on to the hards already. Rather interesting choice, I can't lie. Because he was already on medium to start with. So Stewart rises up from 7th to 2nd then. Manages to take advantage of a couple of positions. As has Relic and Guna, and obviously Billy making up 12 positions, I believe it is now. Yeah, so five positions for Guna and Stewart, 8 positions for Relic. 2 brothers currently in P3 and 4 then. And yeah, Billy making up 12. Daniel making up 11 right from the back. Hammer's dead last, now currently in 10th. Obviously having not pitted, but on his sauce. But yeah, a massive shame for Cassell, Xavi and Athanasiou, all losing places hand over fist. Safety carries in this lap, so we will get back to racing action again on going into lap 4. Gap looks just slowing everyone up. Obviously being the race leader, he will choose when he goes. Just meandering around the final couple of corners. Doesn't want to go just yet. Now he makes the move. And Stewart right there with him. Gaining. I don't think he's going to be enough into the first corner, but if he can keep with him, that'll be That'd be ideal for the Alpine driver. No changes so far in the order. Over the crest of the hill, then down towards the hairpin before the long straight, and that was a lovely helicopter shot that we got for all of about 3 seconds as we were watching Billy there. Looked weaving to try and break the slipstream. Was just about enough to keep Stewart behind. Meanwhile, further down the order, we've got battle. Got Maridacco right behind Billy. Oh, and something's happened to Hammers here. He's on the grass. I'm wondering if he's been shoved off. As he was in 10th and now he's back down in 19th. It's just not a good season for him at all. Unfortunately for him, being involved in a lot of things, it's not helpful at all. Looks then setting the fastest lap of 37.3. Stewart's keeping with him. Managing it very well here. And then we've got the two brothers about 1.5 seconds back. Well, 2 seconds back in this case from Stewart. Then we've got Billy Maridacco, Felix, Nathaniel, and now Bogorowski dropping a couple of places. He's on the inside of the corner. He's just letting people go. And Billy now has dropped. What's happened to Billy here is he's wide out of the exit. I'm wondering if there's been an incident there, but not 100% sure. But Stewart keeping looks honest here on these softs. Oh, a little bit of a wobble, and the gap's starting to grow again. Can't be having too many of them if he wants to keep it in DRS. It will get activated at the end of this lap. Or should I say at the start of the next lap. And he's currently over at second. DRS is now enabled. As we've got a bit of a train into turn 1 forming here. Shortest gap currently is close to plus the boss spots. But Reliot has taken advantage of the DRS being broken from Stewart to Lux and has got the overtake done, and it's currently in McLaren 1-2. We would have seen that in Suzuka in real life had we would have seen McLaren 1-2 in Suzuka in real life had Max Verstappen not just been the thing. But enough about that. We've got Billy at the back. We have chat back. Good evening, Nell. Sorry I missed that earlier. whenever it was. It might have been just now actually, but it's only just popped up. So good evening to you. I hope you're well. It's good to be back in the booth finally after a few weeks. But well, it wasn't a few weeks actually. It was Singapore, but it's been a couple of weeks. But anyway, back to the action, and we have a retirement in boss mods. That's through the S section. I'm wondering if we can see him here as we ride on board with Billy. So it's out of the final part of the S section. Oh yeah, he's just off to the side. So we have another safety car. The question is, do the soft runners now pit to get rid of those soft tyres and move on to a different tyre in the wake of there potentially being another safety car, or are they going to stick it out for a little bit longer? As you've got Lux, Stewart and Maradako into the pits, Felix into the pits. So it's the two brothers getting a 1-2, and Billy's got a drive through for speeding on the safety car, which is not what he wants. Afanasi's been disqualified for blocking. What's going on here? Absolute chaos has just kicked off. So Afanasi disqualified. We've had 2 retirements so far, and pretty much everyone apart from the top 4 has boxed. Stewart's onto the hards. He thinks he can take them 20 laps, as is Maradako, Niki Lauda, Nathaniel Perrin, and Kazingle. Everyone else opting for the mediums, perhaps assuming that there's going to be another safety car, which, if it's in maybe another 8 laps or so, could potentially be the right move. Obviously on the hards, longevity should so then we're just waiting for Billy to catch up. It will be another lap before the safety car does indeed go in. But a few people opting to stick it out and stick to the strategy of a one-stop. Obviously, those that do stay out, I guess it's helping them stretch their tyres a little bit longer. But how much of an effect is it really going to have when you've got people with much fresher tyres behind you? I mean, we know this game is very big on tyres. When tyres are fresh, it's a massive advantage. So those of you at the front are going to have to be very mindful of the cars behind you. Safety car in this lap then. Elliott beginning to back everyone up. Backing everybody up, weaving. And we go again. On to lap 10 then. Benny-Burrow having a look at Gunnar, but nothing doing. As we have Lux back up into 4th, managing to get past Huss in the Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo's still up there after 2 safety cars. Obviously, Elliott and Gunnar up there as well, having not pitted yet, but still holding their own. Obviously, doing very well in qualifying. Stewart's now past Xavi, and I believe this is where, Xavi is definitely showing the case that older tyres over newer tyres, and it's 3 wide at the end of sector 2. All holding it very well. Benny-Burrow loses position to Huss, going 2 wide out of that corner. And now it's McLaren 1-2 again, but this time Lux behind Elliott. I'm assuming they'll swap that around rather quickly, as Lux has supreme pace on this occasion. Stewart's got a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Joining Cassell, Hammers, Nathaniel and Billy on 3 seconds. Benny-Burrow now joining them shortly after. Lux has already got a 1.3 second gap. But Felix very close to the back of Stewart here. On the softer compound, is he going to be able to make the move? Using the slipstream, and he's side by side with Gunnar. Can he make the move stick? He has, and that's Felix up to P4. Brilliant sequence of corners. Stewart's up into 5th as well, overtaking Gunnar, and those mediums starting to show their wear. As Xavi's dropped from just outside the top 5 to 11th, and Zingle's on the back of him now. As Hammers gets another penalty from this time for multiple warnings. DRS has been re-enabled following the safety car restart. And Huss has made the pass up to P2. Not entirely sure what happened there. A bit of contact between Huss and Felix. A bit of tie banging through the end of sector 2. Stewart's up to 4. Reliant's mediums hitting the cliff by the looks of things. Huss taking a wide line through the triple right-hander. Huss might stick it on the inside here. Goes to the outside. And this fighting brought Stewart back into it. Currently fighting for third. But Huss is making a good fist of it on much older tyres, and 3 wide almost into turn 1. And Huss and Felix and Stewart, are still going. Stewart just tucking in behind the S's. We've got Hammers and Billy in again. And there's plenty going on so far to keep across. Here is Kazingle. Just outside the top 10, but only a 4 times gap roughly to Nicky Lauda here for P10. DRS has been enabled, so it can open it up, but Nicky Lauda will have it, as well as Benny Brunel lets him past by the looks of things. But looks is in his own world. Just to send it back to him for a second. 7 second gap, and he's just taking advantage of all the fighting behind him, and is almost running away with it. Got Maridacco then reserving for Alpine tonight, just behind Huss, as maybe Huss's tyres have finally hit the cliff themselves. Tried to get close. Got a yellow in sector 3. I believe that's the Mercedes of Hammers. Not a good day at all for the Mercedes boys, unfortunately. It's kind of sad to see, really. As we've got Maridacco then past Huss and up into P4. Obviously the points that only count for Stewart. It seems the full-time Alpine driver. If both points counted, this would be a very good day for the Alpine so far. And obviously the McLarens with Lutz and Reliant. Zingle dropping a couple of places. I'm assuming the DRS came into effect there for Bog and Xavi. To make the pass there. Niki Lauda holding on in a sea of mediums to P9 currently. Without Felix, the DRS is just about, I think, on Stewart closing the gap here to half a second. We'll probably be looking to get into that fight for P2 again shortly. As really hanging on with those mediums, managing to hold off Cassell so far, who's about half a second away. Cassell closing the gap, but to the S section, not wise to make a move, even if you get close enough. Just stick behind, have a bit of patience, and get through it again. Felix getting close. Side by side, and he makes the move, but he's closes the gap well. Keep Stewart from boxing. He has another set of penalties. Is Nathaniel on 11, and we've got a VSC out here for the stricken. Lost it on the crest, I believe. But VSC, people coming in. Mainly at the back. Oh, we've got everyone in from 8th downwards. And Relliot has still stayed out here. He's really committing to this one stop. I'm assuming onto softs, because it's lap 17, those mediums must be screaming at this point. And Bogorowski's got a drive-through penalty for speeding on the VSC. That's not what you want. We are green again. And has staying out bought really enough time to be able to pit. Niki Lauda gets past on fresher tyres. And Stewart getting close to the back of Felix again. Obviously does have that 3-second penalty, so that will hinder him in terms of finishing position if he can't get the gap. But Felix doing well to keep him at bay up to now. And looks seems to be Division 2 Max Verstappen currently, as he's built a 12-second gap over the 11 laps we've had since the last safety car. Well, 8 laps even since the last safety car. We've got Nathaniel's made his way up from 7th, up to 7th from 19th. So it's 12 positions gained. done a phenomenal job so far. And that's Bogorowski in the pit. I would hope that's to change tyres. Hammer staying out, gets past. So the smallest gap we've got currently is TGL Stewart to Felix. And Maridaka within a second, not quite got DRS by the looks of things, but Felix defending well from Stewart, manages to just stay ahead. Stewart's indeed pushing on those hards though. Been on them since the second safety car. Top 5 all on 10 lap old tyres. As Lux starts the 19th lap of the race. We have a yellow in sector 3, and that's Nathaniel Perrin. Didn't look like there's anyone near him, so I'm going to assume that was a spin and not contact. As Cassell sets the fastest lap of the race so far with a 1:35.9. Stewart and Maridaka, the two Alpines chasing down the one Aston. Unfortunately for Felix, he doesn't have Kizingo backing him up currently. But another word on Rally, he's definitely had a good race so far on 18 lap old mediums. I mean, surely this lap or next lap he's paying, because if he doesn't, he's nearing puncture territory, in all honesty. But Stewart has indeed managed to get past Felix, and Lux is pitting again off the mediums. I'm assuming onto a set of softs, as there's only 8 laps of this race left. As the 3 behind him all managed to get ahead of him out of the pits, and Nicky Lauda might as well just doesn't manage it. Looks out in enough time to be back in 4th. He did have the gap, to be fair, to pit, and he's definitely got the pace onto a set of mediums. Everyone else in front of him on 12 lap old hards for the Alpines and mediums for the Aston of Felix. And now TGL Stewart leading the race. Does have the 3-second penalty, which would currently leave him 3rd, so he would get on the podium, only just though. But I think that gap to Lux is dropping far too quickly for him to stay on the podium, unfortunately for him. He's had a very good race, it's just that 3 seconds that's ultimately potentially cost him a podium here. Gap's currently 2.6, and that might bring out another safety car, and it has. It's Nathaniel Perrin's race ended on lap 20. Looks like another incident at the end of sector 1. This car's disappeared already, and that is not good news for Stewart. He could pit again onto a set of mediums now, maybe get rid of the hards, but I'm not entirely sure how much good that's going to do him. As Stewart is indeed in, as is everyone else that didn't pit. Stewart has indeed gone back onto softs. Felix softs, Nicky Lauda mediums, everyone else softs. Gunner's made a play. Gunner had made a couple of places, but he's pit. Yeah, everyone's in for softs. It's going to be a 6 or maybe 7 lap sprint to the end, I would think. I think the guys behind have got enough time to pit, get out and catch up to the leaders before the end of this lap. Obviously, it looks like it's got the safety car queue, so there will be no delta to adhere to. So we've got the final car bog just coming round turn 1 as the safety car is currently on the DRS straight, so they might not catch up in time actually, now that I'm sort of thinking about it. Yep, safety car is indeed not in this lap as the back markers haven't caught up yet. So the safety car will indeed go another lap. So we'll be on lap 23 by the time it comes in, which will indeed be a 6-lap sprint to the end. We've got Nicky Lauda and Lux, the only ones on mediums currently. So it'll be a question, can they hold off the runners on the faster tyre? Stewart needs to pull away as quickly as possible to stand any chance of keeping this podium with a 3-second penalty. Honestly, it's such a shame because, in all honesty, he's driven a very good race, and I would say he deserves it after a variety of races where he knows he should have done better this season. Me and him conversate often about our seasons and how they've gone, etc. And while I've been fairly happy with mine at times, there's definitely been times for him where he should have converted a good result and hasn't. But this race will definitely be a chance, especially before the new season, to, I suppose, gain some confidence. Safety car is indeed in this lap. So Lux will let the safety car go so then it can get into the pits. And then it's up to him to decide when he wants to pull the trigger, try and catch everyone out behind him and go. Oh, he's gone early this time. Second to last corner. Felix has got a 3-second penalty now. for track limits as we start lap 23 then. Stewart keeping close, just about a 7/10 gap. And Felix is 1.2 already. The gaps are beginning to form. Niki Lauda now has a penalty. And this will be music to Stewart's ears as he's now got two people like fairly close behind him that have got penalties. I'm not entirely sure what the leader gap is, but you're looking at 5.1, so that'll drop him to roughly 8th currently. But that gap is forming quite rapidly. And now Stewart with a slipstream, he's going to be able to catch up to Lutz. Not enough, but that gap is indeed forming. It's roughly about 2.6 to Maradaka in 4th. So he's definitely creating the gap that he needs. Maybe it's a case of Lux helping to drag him through, as he's now got 2 seconds on Felix. And Stewart with the fastest lap of the race, 34.8. I feel like I've talked about him a lot the past few minutes, but he is on a bit of a mad one. In fairness to him, it looks like he will keep his podium if the race were to end now, as there's only Maridaka that's not got a penalty close enough. But further down the field, then we've got Gunnar and Elliott fairly close to each other again. They've never really been that far away from each other pretty much the entire race. Maybe a few laps in the middle, but Felix now has lost the position to Maridaka in 3rd, and it's a 2.5 gap between him and Stewart. Is he going to chase him down? There's a yellow in sector 2, and it's Hammers again. It's unfortunate. It really is. You got to feel for him. He's really not having a good time. Not just this race, but in the entire season as well. There's been many a time where where I've specifically commentated and he's just not had a good time. It's been really difficult for him. Then Huss losing the position to Niki Lauda, swapping around, keeping it very clean through the S section, to be fair, and that's brilliant racing. Lovely stuff from the AlphaTauri and the Alfa Romeo, and Relly has made his way into the fight with all this. Relly and Gunnar even. Benny Bono and Xavi lurking close behind, as this midfield battle is. And it looks like Benny's just completely lost and put Xavi with him. That's very unfortunate. So that's two drivers out of this midfield battle straight away. As Niki Lauda and Gunnar swapping positions fairly quickly. And that's pulled Kazingle Mikey, Caselli even, into a bit of a train here from 5th to 11th. Meanwhile, back up top, Stewart has indeed got the gap to Maridaka, and as long as it stays like this, he will keep his 2nd place, which for me is deserved. It's just a shame that Win the 3 seconds can't really fight for the win against Lux, because he's genuinely kept Lux honest despite the gap in qualifying between the two. Race pace definitely seemingly on the side of Stewart. Apart from the middle of the race where Lux was just in a world of his own, Stewart's kept him honest. So battle for the final points paying position then. As Mikey gets close to the single, there's another yellow in sector 2, and I believe that's Hammers again, but it seems to have gone fairly quickly this time. Now Felix is still close to Maradako here, but obviously with the penalty wouldn't get third if he did pass him. Scheduled to drop a couple of places, put down to 6th at the moment. 2 laps to go. Closest gap on track currently is Nicky Lauda to Guna, so we'll hop on with that for a sec. It's just a shame that the guys that are close to overtaking have penalties. So even if they did overtake, it'd be pointless, as they'll just lose the position anyway. But nevertheless, he's gaining. As is Guna to Elliott. Can he make the pass on his brother with the second to last lap? He's just not got enough. AlphaTauri thought about sticking it around the outside, but he spun it. Oh, and that's a very sad end to the race for Lauda. That's really unfortunate. Lost a couple of positions off that, and it's not what you want to see. Gunnar then on the back of Elliott again. Can he use the DRS this time to pull him a bit closer to his brother Elliott and McLaren in front? Benny Bruno setting the fastest lap of the race, taking it away from Stewart, I believe, with a 34.2. Oh, but now Stewart's fallen back into the window for Maridaka to get the pass for second because of the penalty. Needs to find 4 attempts in this final sector. Otherwise, second will indeed be Maridako's. And Guna has got past Elliott. Can Elliott get the switch back? He did have better traction, but hasn't been able to make the move. But nevertheless, Lux is your winner. Stewart does indeed drop to third at the expense of Maridako, who does get second. Plus 4, Felix 5th, Guna 6th, Elliott 7th, Zingle 8th, Mikey 9th, Lauda Niki Lauda reversing over the line, I believe. Giselle in 12th. Xavi in 13th. And then Hammers and Benny in 14th and 15th. And after all that, that is eventually the end of the USGP around the circuit of the Americas. But Lux once again taking the top step of the podium. But in Alpine 2-3, but Lux bringing the win home from McLaren. In an ideal world, that would be an actual podium for once. But yeah, final roundup of the standings for the Texas GP. Then we've got Lux as your winner, Maradako in second, TJ Stewart third, rounding off the podium. We've got Huss in fourth, Felix fifth, Guna in sixth, Relly at seventh, Jazingle eighth, Mikey ninth, Bogorowski 10th, Niki Lauda 11th, following that spin on lap 27. This is rather unfortunate. Cassell 12th, Xavi 13th, Benny Butter 14th, Hammers 15th, rounding out the finishers, and your non-finishers were Nathaniel Perrin, Billy, Bosmots, Nexton, and Athanasiou in 20th. Well, then, another eventful race in Division 2. Driver of the day, I'm going to have to give it to Lux. It's another dominant performance, and it's not often I pick a race winner, but I'd love to give it to Stewart, but that would be probably a little bit of bias from me. But it is a very good result from him on a personal note. But yeah, my driver of the day has to be Lux. Just a dominant performance from start to finish. But nevertheless, I've been Albert Connor. It's been a pleasure as always to commentate again on DTR after being missing for a couple of weeks with technical issues. But less about that, the better. We will be back again tomorrow night with Division 3. Division 1 has a question mark over it at the minute. So we'll see whether that transpires or not. And then to round off the week, we've got Division 4 on Thursday. So be sure to come back to the channel tomorrow and Thursday for more races for your faces. And yep, that's with B. And have a good night. Have a good rest of your night, everybody. And we will see you tomorrow.